Hey guys, welcome back to another video from Ice Tech. If you've been following the recent tech news, you might have seen that Apple has been hit by a antitrust lawsuit. Now, before we dive deeply into it, I know that there's a lot of negative emotions against this, and I understand the frustration when it comes to the tech community in terms of like Apple fans of why they're frustrated, why this is happening, but let's dive a little deeper into the issue and see if there's anything good that might come out of it. When it comes to the antitrust lawsuit, the reason the DOJ is doing this is because over time Apple has been, in their words, reducing the quality in terms of, sending messages over SMS, making a walled garden so that it's harder for consumers to leave, operating an illegal monopoly, having a very strict iron control in their app store and not allowing freedom and competition on their app store when it comes to developers and developer fees, and not allowing other companies to be able to allow purchasing their products through their apps. Now, I understand the reasoning behind the DOJ to do this is to hopefully inspire more competition. Yes, they have a lot of competitors when it comes to the Android side. There are many Android phones that Apple is competing against. But when we look at, Apple alone and in terms of software, there's only one company that has iOS software, and there's only one company that's allowed to operate this iOS software. In my opinion, I do understand why Apple does this. It's because they want to ensure that us, the consumers, are safe and have the best software quality. But at the same time, I do wish there were more companies that use the iOS software and there were more devices. Because having more companies that, use iOS and focus on privacy while being able to, it would allow for more technology to come out with better quality. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm recording on an iPhone as of right now, and I love my MacBook Pro, I love my Apple iPad and my iPhone, but I do wish there was more variety on the Apple side. Now, when it comes to Android, there's a lot of versions of Android because each company takes stock Android and, customizes it and builds upon it in order to have their own flavor, texture, and, unique style. And a huge example of this is Samsung. They've taken Android and built upon it to make One UI. It stands out in terms of any other software companies when it comes to Android software. And not only that, but they've had to fine tune it and make it not only stand out, but work better than other Android phones. And I love how amazing that competition is doing, because we also have other companies, Google, making their own phones with stock Android. And we also have OnePlus that tries to be stock Android while having their own style and software features. And now, I can't predict the future and I don't know what will happen. What I do know is that this is going to be a long legal battle in terms of Apple versus the DOJ. Now, there's two outcomes that could come out of this. One outcome could be Apple possibly opening up more access in terms of fees being lowered and allowing more developer-friendly terms, and while still being able to hold all of their iOS software and being one company. And that's great. They make great products, they work hard to become the company they are. That makes sense. Now, the other alternative or alternative universe would be Apple is forced to be broken into two or more companies. Now, personally, I do like that idea because I would love to see what other companies, other artists, and engineers come up with if they have the power of iOS. Yes, there's a lot of competition in terms of Android, but there is no competition on the iOS side, and I want to see what that would look like. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and let's see what happens. Catch you in the next one. Peace.